From Inc.com, this is the Inc. Productivity Tip. Expert opinions, valuable insight, and helpful advice from today's top business coaches, thought leaders, and entrepreneurs. Ethan Fixell, a senior vice president for branding at iHeart, was staring at an overflowing inbox one day. His heart was racing, convinced that if he just typed a little bit faster, he'd finally catch up. Driven by mental exhaustion and the sheer panic of an endless queue, his instinct was to move even faster, accomplishing tasks just to get them off his checklist. That blind obsession with speed bled into everything. Case in point, he says he recently tried to force a quick fix on a bent metal pole in his backyard. He ignored his wife's explicit warning that he was moving too fast and needed to take a moment to assess the situation. The result? A trip to the ER for a couple of stitches. It took that physical friction for him to realize that competing on pure velocity is a losing game. In high-stakes environments, frantic speed inevitably leads to catastrophic errors. There's a tactical military doctrine popularized by the Navy SEALs that states, "Slow is smooth, smooth is fast." It asserts that deliberate, methodical action minimizes mistakes and ultimately results in the most efficient completion of an objective. So he now keeps that quote pinned up in his office as a daily reminder to stop rushing. Much of the corporate world has forgotten that doctrine, and it's leaving a lot of us collectively vulnerable. Generative AI and automation tools don't need a coffee break. They don't experience decision fatigue, and they don't make careless, panicked errors when processing large data sets. Instead, they are engineered to execute narrow, repetitive tasks at unprecedented speeds. If your primary value proposition to your employer is how quickly you can clear a queue of tasks, your job is already on the line. Competing with an algorithm on execution speed is a liability. Human enterprise value is no longer about the speed of execution. It's about the smoothness of the strategy. To survive the current market rewiring, you must aggressively offload your fast work to the machines and fiercely protect your cognitive bandwidth for the slow work. In this context, smooth translates to complex problem-solving, team communication, and deep analysis, the exact high-level strategic thinking that algorithms cannot replicate. Research from the American Psychological Association has consistently shown that the switch cost of frantically shifting between tasks to clear a queue does not make you faster. It can actually reduce productivity by up to 40%. When you rush to get a project off your desk, your perspective narrows. You lose track of the big picture and start treating every problem like a nail to be hammered. As the head of a branded content studio, Ethan sees the reality of this firsthand. Generating a high volume of creative concept is no longer the hard part. AI can help crank out pitches and format decks. The actual friction lies in client communication. For example, when a client asks, "Can we reduce the budget for this project by 20%?" the fast automated reflex is to quickly say no to protect the scope, or instantly slash team hours just to clear the email from the inbox. The slow is smooth approach means stopping to diagnose the intent behind the question. Are they asking because their overall Q3 marketing budget got cut across every vendor? Or are they trying to reallocate funds toward a paid media campaign to drive immediate sales? There might be a more effective solution than simply cutting the budget. Uncovering the root cause of a problem takes deliberate, unhurried thought. Taking the time to do so prevents massive roadblocks, endless revision cycles, and misaligned expectations down the line. The upfront work takes a little longer, but the overall project turnaround time accelerates drastically. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. You cannot out-execute an AI, but an AI cannot outthink a deliberate, strategic operator. So, stop treating your daily workflow as a frantic sprint to the finish line. Audit your responsibilities and identify the rote tasks that trigger your urgency reflex. Automate them and reclaim that time to build the structural problem-solving skills your executive team actually needs. Speed is now a cheap, automated commodity. Your ultimate career mode is deliberate, methodical patience. That's all for today. This article featured journalism by Ethan Fixell. For more expert opinions from today's top business coaches and thought leaders, go to Inc.com/lead. Be sure to come back tomorrow for another helpful tip from Inc.